Yeah, that's literally it.
How to play fast. I remember as a kid, that's one of my main goals.
That's all you wanted to do.
I wanted to just shred.
Yeah, that was the cool thing.
So this video would be for people that play a little more bluesy, soulfully, you know, but also want to have that like fifth gear in their back pocket, you know,
100%.
like they want to be able to do the rock stuff, the Van Halen, but just you know, like a taste. It's not like that's all you're going to be able to do. So
100%.
I feel like we could get into a couple techniques that we have learned throughout the years.
Absolutely.
And just share it with you guys.
Beautiful. I have a lot of kind of like fake ways to make it sound like you're doing a lot when you're really not.
Yeah.
Kind of fake it till you make it almost.
Do you need some overdrive?
Maybe, yeah.
Let me give you
Yeah. So, yeah. A couple things.
That's probably step one is like having
Step
some
one
overdrive.
is having the right sound. Yeah, absolutely. Although
Yeah.
there's a lot of teachers who will say, practice it clean so you can hear your mistakes, because there is some truth to that if you want to get really technical about it. But first thing I do is like hybrid picking and hammer-ons and pull-offs.
Can we break those up?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I actually do is I use a combination of the two to make it sound really fast, because we all know we can do hammer-ons and pull-offs like that, or whatever. All the classic licks, right? But what hybrid picking is basically using your pick and a finger. So you're covering more ground than you would just having to, pick really fast or use your fingers. So the example I always kind of use is like, I'll play a G major scale up to the fifth here.
Yep.
And what I'll do is, instead of picking every single note, I'll pick, hammer, hammer. Hybrid, hammer, hammer. So I basically break it into two little groups of two strings. So every group of two strings that have the same fingering with the left hand. So this is 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. The way I practice this is, again, pick, hammer, hammer. I'm going to use my middle finger on the A string, pick, hammer, hammer. And what that does is, if you look at my right hand when I'm doing that, it's barely
like
moving
nothing,
at all,
yeah.
right? I'm not having to pick like this much. Everything stays exactly where it is. So once you get the hammer-ons down, you get this like blazing speed sound.
That's crazy.
And it sounds like you're doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I'm really not. It sounds like, to the untrained ear, like I'm going, like I'm picking everything.
It sounds like, But
just hammer-ons and pull-offs.
And you're just going up the major scale.
Exactly.
Like a G major scale.
Literal G major scale, yeah.
And then you could change it,
So you want to make it a blues scale, you can make it a minor scale, like really anything. It's just that technique of using hammer-ons and pull-offs with the hybrid picking.
So is there like a lick that people could learn that would, I feel like, because that's like an exercise, but it's not necessarily like music. Is there something that they could take away?
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, I use this like straight up, like, even live, like, all the time. Like, if I'm in G and I want to get up to, that pentatonic box up here, but I'm down here.
Yeah.
I'll kind of just use it as a work way up the neck.
It's like a stepping ladder. It sounds like you're like going up your ladder to like the roof.
100%.
For me, I feel, you touched on it earlier, it was all about like learning a song or a solo mainly that had a technique that I really enjoyed, and I would just kind of cherry pick the licks, Like, do you guys know this? I'm gonna try to turn off this delay, but like this Led Zeppelin lick.
Yeah.
And like when I heard that the first time, I was like, wow, they're blazing it. But really, when you break it down, like this is one of those licks that you can sound fast, but it's not actually that fast. I'm actually using my fingers. I'm not using a pick at all.
Oh, wow.
And I am just playing with my first finger, the high string, high E string. It's like A minor pentatonic. And I'm just playing with my pinky, pulling off 8/5, and then thumb with my thumb. Playing right there. Or, you could play whatever. You can play it however you feel comfortable. If you have bigger hands, maybe your ring finger right here. That was super
That's so interesting, because I always associated speed with a pick. I always associated like you must have to be so nimble with the pick to play fast. And I always felt slower with my fingers, but that's such an easier way to honestly do that. What are you doing there?
Yeah, you can do it faster than I can. That sounds good.
Yeah, and you know why? Because you're getting that like note separation.
Yeah.
Versus with a pick. It's so much harder. It feels harder for my left hand with the pick too.
See, that sounds good.
I should have known this like 20 years ago. I'm not even like doing this for YouTube. I literally should have known this.
So that's like one of those riffs that I don't even remember. I feel like Stairway to Heaven. That was like that was one of those first solos I learned, and I cherry picked that idea. For me, another thing would be to play like hybrid picking, you know, Nashville-style or country, like just going like rocking back in between two different notes, you know. So so I'm playing with my first finger and my pick and then but also I'm using my middle finger to like pluck, you know, like and then like if I can arrange it in a certain way, like you know, like it sounds faster than it is, you know, it's not fast, but it's like it's like kind of trickery.
It sounds crazy.
It's trickery, 100%. You know. So like I'm literally just playing, plucking, and then plucking with my middle finger and doing like a pull off.
Yeah.
I mean, you can arrange this riff however you want. So I'm literally just taking the same shape, 8th fret, A string, plucking up here, and then pulling off, and then walk that down. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like it sounds if you do it in the right way, and you could kind of take that idea all over. You know, like you can get like the chicken
whole,
picky
like,
thing,
chicken pick thing,
and I feel like it's a fake way of sounding fast. I don't know. 100%. I don't know. So that's another one that like you guys should definitely check out. It's just 100%. Learning
There's like this one slash riff that I've literally played for my entire life.
I feel like you just did an Instagram.
I just did.
But it's honestly.
But it's sick.
Show it to me, because I've always wanted to learn it. Like, so let me get some distortion, because I feel like I can't.
So like the lick sounds like this.
Yeah.
And it's actually like very,
Alright,
very
so
simple.
you got to teach that to
It's
us.
just like E minor pentatonic,
okay,
right?
teach it.
And we're just using the top 3 strings. So super simple, just E minor pentatonic. And we're starting just by descending the E minor pentatonic. So E and then B string 15, pull off 12. And then bend on the G string.
So.
Yep, and then same thing, but we're going to bend on the B string. Exactly.
Alright, so now I speed that up.
And then you just speed it up, so I'll start slow.
Yeah.
And you can do the
first
half.
And I noticed something's happening over here, though.
Yeah.
I feel like...
So yeah, when I do it, I'm doing... So it's always down, down, up, down, down, up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the last tip I have to like make it extra fast is instead of moving your pointer finger, I kind of leave it planted on the B and the E string.
It's like barred.
It's
You're
barred.
barring it.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing
about
that riff.
Okay, so I gotta try that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
You could do it. You just gotta...
I would have to like slow it down and like
But
really...
you can also break it up into the first half and the second. Like sometimes I'll just do like just that one or just the...
Yeah, that sounds rock. That sounds like rock and roll.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this riff is like, just play it fast.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what...
It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't matter what tempo you're even playing at it.
Yeah.
Like, if just give me like a...
I'll just play it.
Right? Like, if I was playing it in time... Like, it doesn't matter how you play it. I can just play it as fast as I can.
It sounds really great.
There's no, like... metronome way to practice
Yeah.
it.
So if you guys are watching this video, we gave you a couple techniques on how to play fast. Both me and Nicholas we don't like really consider ourselves shredders, but we have the ability to play fast, and this just came through years of experimentation and learning solos. So today, hopefully you learned and took away some of these techniques. You can implement them into your own playing. Let us know your favorite speed technique below in the comments.